I It's about 3:30 in the morning. I suffer from some insomnia, and sometimes I'm just up in the middle of the night for a while. And I recently read a book called "Show Your Work." Well, I haven't read it. I'm reading it, and it's about just getting yourself out there. Who knows if you'll find an audience, but you won't find one if you don't get out there. And stop being scared of what you have to say. So, thought about it a bit, and what I really want to talk about is my personal health journey, which I've been on for about a year now, and how to how I got on it, what's happened so far, and where I plan to go next. And okay, some statistics. I'm 57 years old. This year, I had some life altering surgery, getting an adrenal gland removed with extreme prejudice to treat a condition called primary aldosteronism. Um, it's overproduction of a hormone due to a benign tumor in one of my adrenal glands that had plagued me for 15 years. It had gone undiagnosed and caused very difficult to control high blood pressure. I was on 3 different meds. My blood pressure was still dangerously high. Um, it caused dangerously low potassium. Running around on low potassium for a long time sucks, let me tell you. Um, I was finally properly diagnosed in around May of 2021, and was put on medication, which relieved it quite a bit, got my potassium at least within normal range, and dropped my blood pressure considerably. After 2 weeks, I wanted to punch an elephant. I felt great. And eventually, I was able in April of 2022 to get the surgery and get the darn thing removed. So, along with that, I started doing a bunch of other stuff for health. And last November 2021, the first things I did was I decided to shift my sleep schedule to stop just getting up barely in time for work and start giving myself a couple of hours in the morning that were mine to do what I wanted to do. And so I started getting up at 6 a.m., which involves significantly changing how I sleep. I no longer believe that people oversleep. I think people undersleep. And if you can't get up in the morning, it's because your autonomous nervous system is tired of your crap. And you are not treating it well. You're not giving your body the opportunity to go to sleep. If you're sleeping correctly, you should be able to get up before your alarm on a pretty regular basis. If you need the alarm to get up, if you're relying on snooze, you're not getting enough sleep. Um, and one of the things I've learned over the course of the last year is basically there are 3 components to at least your physical health. You need to sleep well, you need to eat well, and you need to move well. And if you do those 3, you can kind of take care of your body okay. And I'm learning how to do that. Um, you know, I'm a 57-year-old guy who was never athletic, who went for many years with a undiagnosed hormonal health problem, and I'm fixing it. I'm dealing with it. I've made good progress this last year, and I plan to make good progress over the next year. So, um, over the last year, or at least since about December of last year, I've lost 30-ish pounds. And, of course, gotten the troublesome organ removed. I started running this summer using a Couch to 5K program, and couldn't quite run a 5K, but I did run, and I greatly improved my cardio health over that time. I was using an Apple Watch. I still use it to track my statistics and see how I'm doing, and I could see an improvement. When I started in late December, early January with my Apple Watch, my VO2 levels, according to my watch, were around 19, and I got them up above 26, which got me from low range to below average. Bottom into below average, but hey, that's progress. That's considerable progress. You have to crawl before you walk, and you have to walk before you run. But I hadn't ran anyway, because me. At any rate, over the past bit over a month, I got very busy. I had travel to do. I caught COVID and other stuff, and my weight loss leveled off. I'd quit running in favor of trying to do strenuous hiking, and my VO2 levels regressed a little. And so I felt I'd plateaued. And while on the way to Chicago a couple of weeks ago for a road trip, I wasn't driving, so I was taking notes, and I decided to call my first year of working on my health Phase 1. And I'll call Phase 1 a success. I developed a good exercise habit. I developed a good journaling habit. I log my little health stats every day. Now, I don't necessarily say you need to log your stats every day in order to be successful. It's what works for me. I lost weight. I improved my oxygen intake and my cardio fitness. But now it's time for Phase 2. And I'm still defining what Phase 2 is. It's some changes in my exercise, some further changes in my diet. It should involve some meditation, and it's going to involve some public logging of what I'm doing. I would write posts on Facebook occasionally, but I'm trying to stay off of Facebook and Twitter because, well, they're bad for me, and they're bad for a lot of people. And, a big part of your health is try to not do things that you know are bad for you. Try to not eat the junk food. Try to not read the comments in the news. These things are bad for you. So, at any rate, I'm going to start documenting here, and I want to document my Phase 2. And hopefully this will help somebody else. Yeah, I know I'm not a pretty shiny face. I don't have great videos. But, being 57 years old and realizing you need to do something about your health, possibly because you just had a big, terrifying, life-threatening health scare, it's a real experience. And, I'm a real person. And I can tell you what's working for me, what isn't working for me. And Phase 1 worked, but I think I came to the end of Phase 1. Phase 2 is starting. What's my diet going to look like? What will my exercise look like? What will my sleep look like? Because my sleep has changed over the course of the last year. I don't know. You can find out with me.